So I watched The Social Dilemma last week, and since then, a lot of people have been asking me my thoughts and opinions on the film. So I thought I'd record this video just to kind of put it out there. I think we're in an interesting position here at Social Status. We're a social analytics and reporting tool. We're kind of in the thick of it. You know, our software is used by marketers and advertisers primarily for reporting, but also to optimize their ad spend and efficiency on social channels like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, etc. I thought the film was really good. I thought, the filmmakers did a great job. I think Netflix was great for supporting this and getting it out there. We need more of these kinds of films out there hitting the mainstream so that people understand, a lot of the issues that we're faced with as an industry, and I guess just kind of as a society. The film touches on three really different topics, and I think these could all be kind of individual films in themselves because they're really quite separate. I think the solutions are really different. But yeah, those three topics, starting with the first one, was really around our own use, our personal usage of social media, and I guess the highly addictive nature of these social channels. And I guess kind of connected with that is the data mining that's happening across our usage on the apps, both on and off the apps. I think though a lot of the solutions that are provided right at the end of the film are actually really, really great solutions. So as individuals, it's really hard to go and delete Facebook, because deleting Facebook means deleting the Facebook family of apps, which includes Instagram, Messenger, and WhatsApp. Thinking of my own usage, I'm reliant on all of those tools to stay in touch with my friends and family. I'm part of a Facebook group with all my extended family in it. So without Facebook, I would find it very difficult to stay in touch with family. And I think it's not realistic for a lot of people to just simply delete Facebook. So I think that actually a lot of the solutions provided, like, controlling your notifications, really using the settings in your phone to just help kind of temper how much these social channels kind of tap you on the shoulder all the time. I think that's a really good way to manage it. Looking at your kind of digital well-being as well on either iOS or Android, you can see how many hours you're using in these apps. I guess connected to that, one of the other issues was around the massive kind of collection of data that's happening across all users of social. And I really like that idea of the data tax. I think that the flip side of this, putting my marketer's hat on, specifically, a lot of the functionality that the film talks about in kind of advertisers reaching people is two really core pieces of functionality for an advertiser, which is custom audiences and lookalike audiences. And yeah, with my marketer's hat on, I can see how much these two features have helped businesses kind of scale and kind of transform their businesses on social, reaching the right kind of people at the right time with the right message. They're great. They're great tools for businesses, and I think that it is a balance of keeping user data, keeping a lid, I guess, on user data and ensuring that things don't get out of hand, but also giving advertisers, small businesses, all the way up to enterprises, the ability to kind of powerfully reach the most relevant people. Because if messaging can be more relevant, then you're just going to have a better experience on both sides, for both users and for businesses. The second point that the film touched on is, around kind of the really negative correlation between, especially for teens, tweens, young adults with suffering anxiety, bullying, and even, really bad to see, kind of increases in suicide as a result of increased usage on especially the emerging channels like, Instagram, TikTok, Snap. There's probably a two-pronged solution here. I think that the social channels themselves need to kind of provide these young creators and empower them with functionality to kind of deal with cyberbullying, whether that's just a software solution or a software and human solution. There needs to be something. So I think that that's kind of like one layer. The other solution is actually around our communities, schools, and the parents, like, both need to step up and understand the reality of living in 2020 and what it means to be a young adult, to be a teenager, and feeling that need to connect with your peers, but what that actually means for them, when it comes to creating content and dealing with cyberbullying. I know when I was in high school, cyberbullying was already a thing, and that's going back to the early 2000s. It was just in a different channel. It was on discussion forums before Facebook. So I think we've always had to deal with this. Schools and kind of like parents and communities need to catch up with what technology is enabling teens to do, and the channels themselves need to help young creators deal with the challenges that they have online. The third point is the scariest, and I really don't know the solution to this, but that is actually the spread of disinformation. And what Tristan Harris really talked about towards the end of the film was just around, it's a very scary premise. We all have different versions of the truth, and I think that's social media. Obviously, this kind of spread of disinformation, or what one cohort thinks is disinformation and another cohort thinks is truth, and that kind of perpetual kind of serving of these versions of the truth that really quickly and kind of quite aggressively confirm your worldview. We've never dealt with a technology like this before. And some of the interviewees in the film, kind of saw this going as bad as being, kind of breaking out into civil war, or the kind of breakdown of democracy. I think it has the potential to do that. I'm really quite concerned about that. And this is where I'm really stumped. I think like with a lot of us in the industry, it's how do we stop this? How do we control it? And I think that it's time for everyone to throw ideas into the ring, about what social media in 2021 and beyond is going to look like. This kind of pseudo fact-checking realm that we're in at the moment, it's not right. It's not working. It also kind of goes against the open flow of information, which I think is really important. But then we've also got this really insidious kind of situation where we're as individuals, we're kind of going down these very deep rabbit holes and not getting exposed to any kind of other opinions and thoughts. And I think that that's really dangerous. So yeah, that's why I kind of feel like there's a whole film just dedicated to that one topic, and I think that the work that Tristan Harris is doing is really important. But we don't have a really good solution for that, and that's probably what I'm most concerned about. But hopefully, I think this, doing this and kind of putting my thoughts out there will help inspire others to do the same. I think we need to try to find a solution to all of these topics, and yeah, I look forward to the conversation.